The following is a presentation of the Game Time Sports Network.
From Dave Hall Field on the campus of Columbia State Community College in Columbia, Tennessee, it's the 2026 TCCAA Region 7 Baseball Tournament. And now, it's game time.
Yes, indeed, folks. For the last time today, anyway, it is game time with producer Jonas Harmon. I'm Jay Harper. Game Time Sports Network, the nightcap, I'm sure is going to be a doozy. We have got the Chattanooga State Tigers. Man, they have been hanging tough. They just got through playing after defeating Southwest Tennessee. And now they got to suck it up and hit it again against the number 1 seed, Walters State Senators. Chat State, they are led by their head coach, Greg Dennis. He's assisted by Mike Spears, the athletic director at Chat State, Joe Wingate. Chattanooga State, they come into this game 19-12 in the conference, 34-16 overall. And they have been playing some great ball for their last couple of games. Walters State, the number 1 seed. They come in with a 25-6 conference record to this game and 48-10 overall. Coach David Shelton, yeah, he's got quite the coaching crew. Coach Shelton, he's assisted by Sean Robinson as well as Logan Hullett and Trey Massengill, Derek Creech, the athletic director. Since Walters State is the better seed, the number 1 seed, they take the position of the home team in this particular game. Chattanooga State, the number 5 seed in the tournament, is, well, they've made it this far. They, the designated visiting team, thus they will lead off. Hayden Mills, he the pitcher for Walters State to get the start. Hayden is a redshirt freshman from Corryton, Tennessee, Gibbs High School. The right-hander comes in at 6'1", 185. This will be Hayden's 9th start of the year. He's got 12 appearances total. He's got a save on the season. A 4-1 record with a 6.21 ERA, 33 1/3 innings of work, 44 strikeouts in that 33 1/3, and only 15 walks. So his strikeout to walk ratio, pretty darn good. Chat State hardly getting a breath. And, you know, when you're running on adrenaline anyway, perhaps it's a good thing. They literally just wrapped up their last game about 40 minutes ago. Leading off this inning, it's a young man who was on fire in the game against Southwest Tennessee, Ben Morgan, the second baseman, as he offers that the very first pitch. Ben with 2 home runs in the previous game. A 3-run shot and a 2-run homer. Ben not necessarily considered a home run hitter, as he is hit by Mills. So instead of he hitting the pitch hit him. Ben hit his 7th and 8th home runs in the previous game. Now he reaches base the hard way with the hit by pitch. Ty Newton, the third baseman for Coach Dennis in Chat State, now the batter from the left-hand side. It's been a beautiful day here in Columbia. Still getting the spam phone calls at 6:15 on a Friday. Leave me alone. The pitch high from Mills. Ty Newton, the third baseman. Freeville, New York is where he is from. The 3-0 ends up being a 3-1 on the strike. Two quick base runners for Chat State. It's a hit by pitch and then a base on balls. Not the most positive way that you would want to start things out for Walter State. It's Tyler Schaefer, the left fielder, now the batter. Tyler, a former Portland Panther. Portland, Tennessee. Tyler hitting .331 when the day started. 4 homers. Chattanooga State and Walter State, two totally different styles of play. Walter State will just beat you over the head with the mashers that they've got in the lineup. Walter State with 3 guys with over 22 homers. 128 home runs total on the season. Pantier with a nice play, but dropped by the second baseman, Bell. And scoring a run is Morgan. Don't know if Bell lost it in the sun. That is the sun field, as the sun is rather low in the sky. I'm sure Bell was looking right into the sun. Pantier with a nice play at third, but then the throw cannot be handled at second, so you still have nobody out. An error is charged to Walters. Runners on the corners. With the next batter, it's Logan Wallace, the first baseman. As I was starting to say, Walter State will just club you to death with 128 home runs on the year as a team. Chattanooga State, just the opposite. They're not a home run hitting team per se. 37 home runs is their team total. Currently, their home run leader is Ben Morgan. He was tied with Ty Newton with 6 homers. Now Morgan has 8. Trying for the double play. Safe at first. Another run scores. The fielder's choice allows Logan Wallace to reach. The top of the first has Chat State already scoring 2 runs, and now 1 out. Taylor Head is the shortstop. He the next batter. Cedar Hill, Tennessee is where Taylor calls home. A .319 average when the day began. And 4 home runs. Chat State will kind of not necessarily small ball you to death, but it's get them on, go get it over, get them in. They are quite adept at that, as they have run ruled a couple of teams in this tournament.
Now batting the right fielder, number 18, Hunter Rather.
Taylor Head grounds out. Hunter Rather, the batter. Hunter with a 2-run homer in his previous game. That gets lifted out to center field, running and chasing it down, the center fielder, Luke Graham. But that will retire the sides, but not before Chat State comes up with a couple in the top of the first inning. Now we'll see this hard-hitting offense of Walter State as they come to the plate in the bottom of the first. I'm Jay Harper. Let's step aside for a moment on the Game Time Sports Network.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient, it's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
Ball State is amazing. Here you'll get a top-notch education with professors who inspire, and with Tennessee Promise or Reconnect, it can be very affordable. Ball State offers small class sizes, 4 convenient locations, and we are big on experiences. Whether you thrive in the lab, the studio, the field, the classroom, or just enjoy hanging around campus, join the family. Go to ballstate.edu to get started.
We are just getting started with the nightcap. Walter State, Chattanooga State. Whoever wins this game will play tomorrow for the championship. Now we have the scenario. Again, this is a double elimination tournament. Both Walter State and Chattanooga State have one loss. So whoever loses this game, or I should say whoever wins this game, they play tomorrow for the championship. If they lose tomorrow, that's it. But if Columbia State, who is playing for the championship against the winner of this game, should Columbia State lose tomorrow's game, then we will play a second game tomorrow afternoon, that being the what-if game, because Columbia State does not have any losses up to this point. You got that? I'm not sure I do. We're going to lead things off with the talented shortstop for Walter State. That would be one Cole Fenton. Cole just made some absolute circus catches in that game earlier today. Swinging and fouling it off. The pitcher for Chattanooga State. Let's get to this young man. That would be Cooper Hart. He is a freshman from College Grove, Tennessee. Listed at 6'2", 225 pounds. Logan Wallace giving it a just valiant effort down the first baseline. Battling the sun and battling the fence. Almost came up with that. It is a strike, though, so that's the good news. This is Cooper Hart's 19th appearance of the year, and apparently his first start. A 1-0 record, a 6.31 ERA with 25 2/3 innings of work on the season. That's hit sharply. Oh, a nice backhanded grab by the shortstop. What a play by Taylor Head. Beautiful defensive play. Taylor Head, the Chat State shortstop, for the out.
Now batting the third
Cole Fenton, the shortstop, grounded out. Taylor Head, the opposing shortstop, robbing his counterpart across the way. Now it is the TCCAA Player of the Year, Holden Pantier. Holden with just these eye-popping stats all the way around, both in average, home run, and speaking of home runs, there is one. Dead center field. It's 385, the wall here in dead center at Dave Hall Field, but that one about 400 feet, dead center. That will put the Senators on the board, cutting the lead in half in their bottom half of the first inning. Home run number 23 for Pantier.
Number 23, Hayden Blair.
Hayden Blair was the DH in the last game that Walter State played earlier today. He behind the plate here, and he is first team all TCCAA in that catcher's position. So many of these Walter State players acknowledged with either first or second team TCCAA all conference honors. One ball, one strike, one out. Slow roller to second. Quick off balance throw. Nice play. That's Taylor Head, who came all the way over from the shortstop position. What a fine play. That's two glowing plays just this inning. Drew Blaylock, he too part of the all-conference first team for the TCCAA. He's playing first base in this game. Drew, another one of these Senators players with just these mind-boggling stats. Drew hit a home run earlier today, so he's got 26 on the season. The two-out pitch from Cooper Hart. Logan Wallace chasing it, but he's not going to get it. The Chat State first baseman. That lands out in the parking area. It's been a beautiful day all day here in Columbia. The lights are on already. We're at 69 degrees. Just been sunny and beautiful all day. Tomorrow, we should get more of the same, a little warmer with a high around 80. Cooper Hart, the big lefty. Got that herky-jerky motion. Just kind of all arms and legs coming at you. Blaylock draws the walk. One thing you do not want to do is put guys on base with this team. They will make you pay, because just about every guy coming up to the plate can knock it out of the park. So you give up a solo homer here and there, perhaps that's not going to bite you. But when you start putting guys on base against this Walter State team, you are playing with fire, because just about every one of these fellas, as I said, can put it out of the park. So you're giving up 2- and 3-run homers. Kenny Cox, this young man, he started the day hitting .430. 9 homers. So he's not just a power hitter, he's a hitter. long shadows, especially on the right side of the field, as those players are really battling the sun. Ben Morgan at second, Logan Wallace at first. They are smartly wearing the shades. Swung on, over to head. Taylor's been dangerous, and he remains so in that position today. Another fine play by the Chat State shortstop. Cruising along as we head to the second inning on the Game Time Sports Network.
At Walters State, our story is focused on student success. We're dedicated to creating an environment where our students can thrive, both in and outside of the classroom. So, what do you want to study? Pick a program. We've got over 150 of them. Some are transfer programs that prepare you to transition to a 4-year school after you graduate. We also have regionally and nationally recognized programs that immediately make you career ready. Visit us at ws.edu or give us a call to get started today. Write your story at Walters State.
As a first-generation college student, estaba un poco nerviosa. I knew I would need extra support, but I didn't know where to find it. At Roan State, I have a success coach to help me with every step along the way. Para más información, visita la página roanstate.edu.
Back we are, Dave Hall Field, along with producer Jonas Harmon. I'm Jay Harper. The winner of this game moving on to the championship game tomorrow. Katie Willingham, the athletic director here at Columbia State, she had told me that tomorrow's game began at 3, but I'm seeing a different time at 4, so it is indeed 3 o'clock. I know the bracket that I have says 4, but it has been confirmed that it is indeed a 3 p.m. start tomorrow. Baylor Osborne, he caught that first game a little earlier. I mean, this is a doubleheader, essentially, for Chat State, even though they played a different team here, wrapped up about an hour ago. So it's a doubleheader day in one respect for Chat State, as they defeat Southwest Tennessee about an hour ago, and here they are up against the number 1 seed once again, Walters State. Osborne, as we said, catching game 1. Here he is as the DH. Obviously, Coach Dennis wants to keep his bat in the lineup. It's an outside corner strike from the pitcher, Braden Mills. Braden with a bit of trouble in the top of the first. It could have been worse, so the damage limited to just 2 runs. Mills up and away in the zone. Down on strikes. Osborne not in agreement. It was an outside corner pitch, but a strike nonetheless, according to the umpire. 1 out for the center fielder, Tyler Husky. We do want to send our best to Coleman Neese. Coleman, normally the starting center fielder. He was in the game against Southwest Tennessee, suffered an injury, and we send him our best. Mills missing outside. Tyler Husky, a Stewart's Creek High School grad. He a freshman from Smyrna. that didn't mean to check swing. It's a fair ball. And all Blaylock has to do is scoop it up and step on the bag. Disappointing at bat for Husky. You try to hold off on the swing, and you end up committing him out. Luke Sweeney, the catcher, is now at the plate, number 10 for Chat State. Mills' pitch is up and away in the zone. Luke, a sophomore from Dalton, Georgia. Luke, a .295 hitter. A 4-pitch walk as the Chat State catcher jogs down to first base. The top of the order, Ben Morgan. He was hit by a pitch, and now he will step up to the plate.
Second baseman, Ben Morgan.
The breaking ball, missing the zone outside. 2 outs. Ty Newton will be the next batter should Ben get aboard or hit a home run. He's already hit 2 of them in the previous game. Leaving the team now in home runs with 8. He is swinging a hot bat as that careens off the wall. The runner is being sent home, and it's an RBI double as Ben Morgan continues to tear the cover off the baseball. That almost had a chance to be Morgan's 3rd home run today. That puts Chat State up 3-1. As the next batter, Ty Newton, does indeed come to the plate after the 2-out double, the RBI double from Ben Morgan. Newton looks at a first pitch strike. 330 down the left field line, 375 in the power alleys. 320 down the right field line, 385 in dead center. That last ball hit about 380 feet. Nice play. The shortstop Fenton showing what he does to retire the sides. We'll move to the bottom of the inning as the Senators will look to match things here and try to, if nothing else, perhaps tie things up. We'll head to the bottom of the inning on the Game Time Sports Network.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient. It's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
Ball State is amazing. Here you'll get a top-notch education with professors who inspire, and with Tennessee Promise or Reconnect, it can be very affordable. Ball State offers small class sizes, 4 convenient locations, and we are big on experiences. Whether you thrive in the lab, the studio, the field, the classroom, or just enjoy hanging around campus, join the family. Go to volstate.edu to get started.
Miles Shore, he will step to the plate as the Senators find themselves down by a couple, but boy, no lead is safe against these guys. As Cooper Hart, the lefty, delivers the first pitch, which is outside. Miles Shore in right field. Miles, a redshirt freshman, Marietta, Georgia, his hometown. 6'1", 205. Hart trying to take something off that pitch. And he does, but doesn't find the strike zone. 2-1. Shore trying to reach that outside pitch. Couldn't quite get there. Down on strikes for the first out. That the first strikeout, I believe, for Cooper Hart. We've seen Justin as a pinch runner. Now he gets the start in this game. Justin Bell at second base. He from Maryville, Tennessee, a sophomore. Justin, a nice .349 average. And he, one of the 4 Senators in double digits on homers with 10. Long shadows as the sun goes down here at 6:44 Central Time. Central Daylight Time. From the stretch, the delivery. That skips away, but nobody on base, so no harm. I think that harmed Sweeney a little bit as he is shaking his wrist like it maybe glanced off of him. Sweeney's going to have to try throw him out on the drop third strike, and he beats the throw. Justin Bell. Heads up on his part. Many batters in that situation just kind of stand there thinking, well, heck, he's going to throw me out anyway. So he reaches safely on the drop third strike. Luke Graham, the batter, playing center field this game. Fouling off the first pitch. Bell at first. 9 stolen bases this year. He's been caught once. Slides back over to the bag on the throw from Hart. pitch inside for a ball. Brady Dalton playing left field in this game, and he waits on deck, the number 9 hitter. Popped up. Actually a little deeper than I thought. Circling around it and having to fight the sun. The right fielder. That is Rather that's out and right.
Now batting the left fielder, number 1, Brady Dalton.
Brady Dalton getting the start in this game. And he now the batter. .319 average coming into the day. This is 31st start of the season. 3 homers, 18 RBI under his belt. Hart moves him off the plate. Chop foul down the right field line. The shadows also giving some of our cameras a little bit of a battle. Having to change the exposure on some of them. Two outs with a runner on first. That is Justin Bell, who reached on a drop third strike and did beat the throw by Sweeney. The off-speed pitch. Dalton adjusting his swing, but could not quite make solid contact. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the left fielder for Walters State. Swung on over to the third baseman, Newton, with the play. That will retire the sides as the Chat State defense holds the Senators scoreless in the bottom of the second inning. Jay Harper, happy to be joining you here for this last game, along with producer Jonas Harmon. Tomorrow, it's the championship game. Columbia State will face the winner of this game. And as I tried to explain earlier, and I'll try it again, both Walters and Chattanooga State have both lost a game. This is a 2-elimination game tournament, double elimination. So since Walters and Chat State have both lost a game, whoever wins this game when they play Columbia State tomorrow at 3 o'clock, just say Chattanooga State wins this game. They play Columbia State tomorrow and lose that game, then Columbia State will indeed be deemed the champion. However, should Chattanooga State say if they were to play Columbia State tomorrow for the championship, and Columbia State loses, then they would play another game. Because, again, Columbia State, that would be their first loss. That would be scheduled for approximately 6 p.m. tomorrow. But, again, we'll cross those bridges, but just giving you the lay of the land, so to speak, on how the tournament is laid out. Regardless, we've got baseball tomorrow, one way or another. It'll either be one game or two, and regardless of the situation, we'll have it for you on Game Time Sports Network.
Is the left fielder, number 15,
Tyler Schaefer, he reached on an error in his initial at bat. The left fielder is the batter. Looking at a first pitch ball from Hayden Mills. Schaefer will be followed by Logan Wallace, the Tiger first baseman. 3-0. The center fielder, Luke Graham, has his shades on his cap and the sun reflecting off of them. And I am sitting almost directly behind home plate, and at times the reflection is blinding. I'm wondering how, if it all would affect the batter there. I realize, we're up a little higher and such, but whether that reflection could blind a batter at the plate. Schaefer scoots down to second base on the pass ball as Logan Wallace at the plate. Logan reaching on a fielder's choice earlier. Wow, that reflection off of Graham's sunglasses is pretty blinding. That was more of a defensive bunt by Wallace than anything else. That pitch coming straight for him. And had he not landed the bunt, he would have been hit by that pitch. It's a sacrifice that moves the runner down to third. That is Tyler Schaefer at third base. Now the young man at the plate is the shortstop, Taylor Head. He has looked like Derek Jeter over there. That gets away from Mills. Schaefer staying put. That pitch was a wild pitch, let's face it, but it ricocheted off of the backstop. So it went right to Walter State, so it was wise of Schaefer to stay where he did. Being chased by Blaylock at first, drawing a beat on it and making the play. That not an easy play. Blaylock catching that in fair territory. So Taylor Head is retired on the flyout to right field. Hunter Rather's out in right field this game. He was the DH in the game that just concluded a little bit ago. Breaking ball finds the plate for a strike. 2 outs with a runner on third. That is Tyler Schaefer. He got on base via the base on balls. How that did not hit Rather, I have no idea. From the stretch, Hayden Mills delivers. Hayden Blair doing his best to frame that and get the strike. The umpire not buying it. David Shelton barking at the umpire. He got in a bit of a snit with the umpire in game one today over balls and strikes. Coach Shelton, very passionate, stands up for his team, as you would certainly expect any coach to do. We have a full count with 2 outs. That will retire the sides as Hunter Rather is retired via the strikeout. We will move along. We're actually moving at a pretty good clip here. This game starting about 40 some odd minutes ago, and we're already up to the bottom of the third on the Game Time Sports Network.
At Walters State, our story is focused on student success. We're dedicated to creating an environment where our students can thrive, both in and outside of the classroom. So, what do you want to study? Pick a program. We've got over 150 of them. Some are transfer programs that prepare you to transition to a 4-year school after you graduate. We also have regionally and nationally recognized programs that immediately make you career ready. Visit us at ws.edu or give us a call to get started today. Write your story at Walters State.
Jay Harper back with you, Game Time Sports Network. We're seeing a little bit of stirring in the Walters State bullpen. Not quite sure whether that's just some guys stretching or actually picking up some baseballs. We are seeing the same thing over in the Chattanooga State bullpen as well. The visitors' bullpen here at Dave Hall Field is just out in the open, whereas the home bullpen is enclosed by a fence and a little more difficult to see. And I suspect that may be by design. That's no accident. Your pitchers warming up are in full view for the world if you're the visitor. If you're the home team, then you can kind of hide your guys warming up a little. Cole Fenton, the talented shortstop, at the plate. The off-speed pitch finds the plate from the lefty, Cooper Hart. The fastball misses outside, 1-2. Cole, the leadoff batter in the order, followed by Holden Pantier, who has made his presence known with a homer earlier. The changeup missing. We are at a full count, and as mentioned before, you don't want to start putting guys on base with the likes of Pantier, Blair, Blaylock, and Cox coming up. Fouled back. Fenton from New Bern, Tennessee. He a sophomore. Cole, just a couple of clicks under 400 for the batting average. And he works the walk. The TCCAA Player of the Year steps up to the plate. He now has one more home run than his jersey number on the season, and he collected that his last at bat. Seen this young man play on a couple of occasions, and he, my friends, is the real deal. A lot of very good players in the TCCAA, but you run across a handful that you really deem special. This guy qualifies. Laced out to the gap in right center. Rather shallow, but perfectly placed for the base hit. Going the other way, Holden Pantier. Hayden Blair is the batter up next.
Now batting the catcher at number 23.
Hayden, a first team, all conference TCCAA in that catcher's position. It's a first pitch strike. Of the 14 players named to the first team, all-conference TCCAA team, of the 14 players named, 5 of them on the Walters State roster. Both runners advance on the pitch that gets away from Sweeney. Tying runs in scoring position. Nobody out for Hayden Blair. Hayden, a homer waiting to happen. But he is retired there as he was fooled on that pitch, looking for something else. But Hart comes through with a huge out via the strikeout. Drew Blaylock, he walked his first time. Here's another guy that can make it a 4-3 game in a hurry. Blaylock from Franklin, Tennessee, 6'3", 245. It's another thing about these Walters State players. Are all just good-sized guys. That ain't no doubter. The left fielder, Schaefer, didn't even move. 4-3. Am I psychic or what? Played the lottery on the way home. Drew Blaylock. Oh, my gosh. Absolutely crushes that for his 27th home run of the season. That leads the team. Kenny Cox. He drops a bunt, stuns everybody. Safe. Fielded by the pitcher Hart. He made a good throw, but not in time. Coaching assistant taking a stroll out to the mound to perhaps settle his young pitcher down. This Walters State team, as I said, they can just bludgeon you to death. As Pantier has homered, Blaylock homers now. 3-run homer from Blaylock. think that actually went behind the hitter. Miles Shore, the batter. Miles Shore, a pitch away from taking a base, keeping the inning going, putting runners on base for this Walters State team. They don't need any help, this Walters State squad, in terms of scoring runs. So putting guys on base, not doing yourself any favors. There is a lefty warming up in the Chat State bullpen. That is Hayden Stranick. So we'll see. I believe Stranick will be coming in to take the ball as Coach Dennis takes the ball from his starter, Cooper Hart. Hayden Stranick is a freshman, 6'3", 185, Brentwood, Tennessee, a Brentwood Academy alum. This will be Hayden's 8th appearance this season, 15 and a third innings of work on the year. He's got 22 strikeouts in that 15 and a third, however, 19 walks. So command apparently can be a problem at times. 8th appearance, I think I said that. He started 3 games this year. This Walters State team, not only the number 1 seed here in the TCCAA, but as of May 4th, they are ranked number 13 nationally in the NJCAA Division I baseball poll. They were at number 14, climbed up a spot. They have been in the top 25 the entire season. In the preseason, they were ranked number 4. And throughout the early part of the season, early in March, they hung in there at that number 4 spot with a 20-6 record. They slipped down to number 16 after a series of setbacks. The Chargers, Columbia State, had dealt with them and came out on the winning end. But they bumped back up to number 13 after, they won up until yesterday anyway, or I guess this morning. God, these days run together. Up until this morning, they had an 11-game win streak. Hayden Stranick, the lefty, delivers a pitch over everybody. Sure, he's probably got the adrenaline flowing. He's hyped up. Coming out there wanting to throw it through the backstop on that first pitch. Again, he's just a freshman. 6'3", 185 from Brentwood. Finds the plate there with a nice fastball for a strike. Justin Bell, the batter. The pitch inside. 2 runners on with 1 out. Chat State leading until about 15 minutes ago when Blaylock crushed a 3-run homer to put the Senators ahead. Stranick with the base on balls on the first pitch, or the first batter that he sees. So he just can't get that fastball to find the plate. Throws hard. But as a Hall of Famer named Greg Maddox says, not necessarily how hard you throw it, it's where you throw it. Bases full of Senators. And the batter is Luke Graham. He almost got clipped. It's lifted pretty deep out to center field, where Husky grabs it. The runner tags. 2 outs. But Kenny Cox scores the 5th run. So a sac fly for Graham. Brady Dalton is the left fielder and the batter now for Walters State. The Shadows covering a good part of the field now. There are still some sunny spots. Rather out in right field right now for Chattanooga State, shading his eyes, as where he's playing is still got quite a bit of sun peeking through. He's standing out there about 30 feet in front of the Dave Hall Field sign in right center. A strike call. Stranick with a big deep breath. The lefty from the stretch delivers. He goes around, so says the umpire. Dalton called for the strike. That is socked out to center field, and the center fielder, Husky, can't make the play. Busting it around the bases, clearing the bases. Brady Dalton. That makes it 7-3. Cole Fenton, the batter. It's a triple for Dalton. I think you would have to call that a triple. That was a tough play for the center fielder, especially out there dealing with shadows and sun, and had to run a mile. It was amazing. He even got a glove on it. Cole Fenton, the batter. Boy, he's made some Sports Center top 10 plays at short. As has his counterpart, the Chat State shortstop, Taylor Head. They're in the bottom of the first inning. He just made some amazing plays. He's done that all tournament. Fenton, a sophomore, Dyer County High alum. Listed at 5'10", 170. Fenton on the drop, third strike. He is called out as Sweeney fires it down there. But the damage done as Walter State continues to just pound away, taking advantage of the bases on balls that filled the bases. And then Dalton comes around and clears them with a triple. We'll keep on keeping on. We are working our way through the last game of the day on the Game Time Sports Network.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient. It's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
Ball State is amazing. Here you'll get a top-notch education with professors who inspire, and with Tennessee Promise or Reconnect, it can be very affordable. Ball State offers small class sizes, 4 convenient locations, and we are big on experiences. Whether you thrive in the lab, the studio, the field, the classroom, or just enjoy hanging around campus, join the family. Go to ballstate.edu to get started.
Back we are. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. A 3 o'clock championship game on the docket tomorrow. Who will it feature besides Columbia State? Who will their foe be? It will either be this Walter State team or Chattanooga State. As we wind down, Travis Tritt's TROUBLE. 1993 hit for Mr. Tritt, James Travis Tritt. See, when you've been in country radio off and on since 1978, you have all of this useless information tucked in the back of your brain. The batter is the designated hitter, Baylor Osborne, who caught in the game that finished up, about an hour and a half ago. Baylor will be followed by Husky, the center fielder. Nice pitch for Hayden Mills. He settled down. Had a rough first inning. I say rough. I mean, he gave up 2 runs. Didn't go as planned, put it that way. Oftentimes we forget these 9-inning games, you give up a couple of runs in the first inning, and you'll have some people, oh gosh, the sky's falling. But there is just so much that can happen in the following innings. This game, a perfect example of that. Of course, when you've got the offense behind you that Mills does, no reason to panic by just giving up 2 in the top of the first inning. Mills. He dispenses with Osborne via the strikeout. That's Baylor's second K of the day here, or at least of this game. Tyler Husky, the batter. It's amazing how he didn't get hit. Luke Sweeney is the catcher. He waits on deck. Good pitch from Mills. Hayden Mills has really calmed down. You know, hey, it's an important game. You come out there, that first inning, you're hyped up. Got the adrenaline on overdrive. Overthrowing. And, it happens. He really seems to have settled on in, and you got to hand it to Coach David Shelton. He could have panicked. You lose this game, and you're done. Down by 2 in the top of the first. I have seen some coaches, man, they run out there, they jerk the pitcher out of there. Oh, my goodness. But obviously, Coach Shelton knows his pitchers, knows his players. Full count. He loses Husky on the base on balls. Luke Sweeney, the Tigers catcher, is now the next batter.
Now batting the catcher, number 10, Luke Sweeney.
The pitch inside. 1 out with a runner on. Walters State up by 4. That big 6th run, bottom of the 3rd, really making the difference. 2 home runs by all conference players. Holden Pantier, he launched the first one for the Senators, and then that was a solo homer. Then a 3-run shot from Drew Blaylock. Pantier's homer came in the bottom of the 1st. From the stretch with a runner on, Mills delivers. Rolled over to second, trying the double play. Beautiful turn by the shortstop. Cole Fenton, he is impressive over there at short. Beautiful turn. Shelton comes running out. Coach Shelton wanting to know, wait a minute. The runner at first on that double play attempt called safe. Coach Shelton insisting that the runner wasn't on the bag, so they'll have a discussion. I'm guessing he won't win the argument, but he's certainly entitled to it. And now they are going to talk about it. And I must say, the umpires also in the softball tournament, the portion, congrats again to Vol State for winning that. The umpires really have done a nice job in these games. They are still confirming the safe call at first, but they do get together. And I assume they really are talking about it. That it's just not for show. It's like, hey guys, let's get together and look like we're really discussing it. No, I'm sure that they are sincere and they want to get the calls right. The batter is a guy that's just been pounding the baseball for Chat State. Ben Morgan, the second baseman. 2 homers in the previous game, a double in this one that almost went out. Luke Sweeney, he's the runner at first, reaching on the fielder's choice, I guess you could say, on that double play attempt. He's a fast runner for a catcher, Sweeney. And you always say that. He runs fast for a catcher. Well, not all catchers are little squat guys with short legs. Ben Morgan, a little squat guy with short legs. He takes off for first base. I'm sorry, Ben. I apologize. Now it's Ty Newton. I tell you, Morgan, again, man, that dude has just been murdering the ball. And, you probably did yourself a favor by walking him rather than allowing him to get a hold of one. Ty Newton. Got part of the name right. Ty Newton, the third baseman, now the batter. Coach Shelton on his way to the mound after his pitcher Hayden Mills goes 3-0. He has his arms crossed and just having a discussion. He's not reaching for the ball, and in fact, there, as far as I know, does not appear to be any activity in the Walters State dugout. A little dark in here in the press box. Let there be light. Coach Shelton makes his way back to the dugout. Has a word with his pitcher, and we get right back to it. That pitch outside, and it's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. That loads the bases with Chat State Tigers, 2 outs. Tying run coming to the plate.
Now batting the left fielder, Tyler Schaefer.
Tyler Schaefer, the left fielder. Schaefer with 4 home runs. The catcher Blair losing track of where the ball was, but no risk of the runner trying to get to home on that. That's Luke Sweeney at third. And David Shelton back out to the mound. Hadn't really seen who was warming up in the Walters State pen. But Hayden Mills, he again got through that first inning, allowing a couple of runs, but settled in nicely. But Coach Shelton electing to make the change here. It appears that Lane Sharp is now the new pitcher, and that is indeed who it is. Lane is a freshman, a righty, 5'10", 170. He's playing in his hometown. He a Columbia, Tennessee product. Electing to go to school in East Tennessee in Morristown at Walters State. This will be Lane's 17th appearance this season. A 3-3 record. He also has 5 saves on the year. 25 2/3 total innings work with 33 strikeouts and 12 walks. So a fairly decent strikeout to walk ratio. So many times you see, especially at this level, high school too. They'll bring in these relievers that throw, 300 miles an hour, but have no idea where the ball's going. So if you have some command and throw fairly hard, you can certainly be more effective than some guy throwing bullets, but bullets that are off target. And so many of these players, I mean, we're seeing it here with Lane Sharp's warm-up tosses. He's throwing them over the backstop almost. I mean, these young men, they're coming in hyped up, all adrenalined up. This is a big moment, perhaps one of the biggest moments, if not the biggest moment for them in their baseball career. The results of this tournament can send you on your way to the NJCAA World Series. It's a first pitch strike. Well, second pitch strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases still loaded. So Sharp coming in and a kind of a difficult situation. Granted, his team has a fairly good lead, but you got the tying run at the plate. Throwing a strike. Good fastball from the freshman. The hit and run was on. Everybody was in motion as Schaefer fouls it off. They're running again. And another foul. Again, 3-2 count, 2 outs, so everybody moving. Morgan's at second. Sweeney at third. Little slow dribbler. Not a problem for the second baseman, Bell, so they get out of it. That could have turned into something game-changing, certainly. But Walter State hanging tough and keeping the Tigers off the scoreboard in the top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th now. Stay with us. Much more to go on the Game Time Sports Network.
At Walter State, our story is focused on student success. We're dedicated to creating an environment where our students can thrive, both in and outside of the classroom. So, what do you want to study? Pick a program. We've got over 150 of them. Some are transfer programs that prepare you to transition to a 4-year school after you graduate. We also have regionally and nationally recognized programs that immediately make you career ready. Visit us at ws.edu or give us a call to get started today. Write your story at Walter State.
As a first-generation college student, estaba un poco nerviosa. I knew I would need extra support, but I didn't know where to find it. At Roan State, I have a success coach to help me with every step along the way. Para más información, visita la página roanstate.edu.
We're all going to sing Sweet Caroline. No, we're not. Hayden Stranick takes his place on the hill for Chat State. Hayden, the freshman, came in relief, let's see, an inning and a half ago. We are getting word unofficially, I should point out, unofficially getting word that head baseball coach Dan McShay of Motlow State has been relieved of his duties. Again, that unofficial. But according to my sources.
Leading off the inning for the Senators, number 22,
Holden Pantier, the batter. So the good news when you face Pantier in this scenario, nobody on base. So he can only bite you with 1 run on a homer. Stramick, good pitch, but inside. There's a strike. Pantier got the scoring started for the Senators with a solo homer that was hit into the next county. Pantier takes his base. Didn't see one he liked. Patient at the plate. Hayden Blair now the batter. The Walter State catcher. Lefty on lefty with Stramick on the mound. The pitch now to the catcher, Blair. He shows bunt. Stuns everybody. It goes foul. Curious how many times Hayden Blair has been asked to bunt this season. I mean, the man's got 24 homers, for crying out loud. There he is dropping down to bunt. Must admit it, you know, if you're trying to have the surprise factor, hey, that worked. That's Blair's second strikeout today, or at least in this game. You know, I keep saying today. Both of these teams have played once today. This, their second game each of the day. Drew Blaylock, a 3-run homer. That really shifted things in this game. A number of scouts in the crowd here, which is understandable. I saw them yesterday all bunched together with notebooks in hand. And some radar guns out as well. Both college and professional baseball scouts in attendance. That gets past Sweeney. And down to second goes Pantier. I'm sure Holden Pantier, not considered a real speedster, but he does have double digits in stolen bases. It's another walk. Kenny Cox will come to the plate, but first of all, Greg Dennis has apparently seen enough. So we apparently, we're going to have a pitching change as Stramick's day is done. the freshman lefty. Jogging up to the mound is number 21, Miles Johnson. Went to Knox Central High School. Miles Johnson, now the pitcher, a sophomore for Chattanooga State. He lists at 6'1", 190 pounds. Miles has appeared in 8 other games before this, 17 1/3 innings of work, so not a heck of a lot of activity thus far this season. 15 strikeouts, 11 walks in that 17 innings. A 2-0 record, 5.71 ERA. Going from the lefty to the righty. With Kenny Cox coming up. I guess he wanted to go, Coach Dennis wanted to go righty on righty. I've been smelling that popcorn all day. Of course, I'm hungry anyway.
Your attention fans, new pitcher for the Tigers, number 21, Miles Johnson. Miles Johnson, the new Tiger pitcher.
Johnson asked to come in and face this fearsome lineup with 2 runners on and 1 out. The righty on righty matchup with Kenny Cox at the plate. The lights just beginning to take effect here. High fly balls here at dusk can still be a struggle like that one, but it is foul. But had that been in the field to play, that would be somewhat of an adventure trying to pick up the baseball. The left fielder Husky playing Cox to pull. There's a slow roller. And the nice play by the third baseman. That's Newton, 2 down. The 2 runners on base advance, so they both now in scoring position.
The right fielder, number 19, Miles Shore.
Miles Shore, the right fielder, and the breaking ball just slips out of Johnson's hand. Shore having to duck out of the way. Miles went to Combine Academy. He's from Marietta, Georgia, there in the Atlanta area. A freshman listed at 6'1", 205. Miles, one of the top hitters on this team, and that's saying something. .433 average. A 2-1 count with 2 outs. Off the hands, hit the other way. Morgan makes the play. Chat State. They hold this Walter State club scoreless in that bottom of the inning. We move to the top of the 5th as we are cruising along at Dave Hall Field on the campus of Columbia State.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient. It's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
Ball State is amazing. Here you'll get a top-notch education with professors who inspire, and with Tennessee Promise or Reconnect, it can be very affordable. Ball State offers small class sizes, 4 convenient locations, and we are big on experiences. Whether you thrive in the lab, the studio, the field, the classroom, or just enjoy hanging around campus, join the family. Go to ballstate.edu to get started.
As we all tap our foot to a John Michael Montgomery tongue twister. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. Producer Jonas Harmon and we have enjoyed these 3 games thus far. Heck, this third one only about halfway over. The throw from Hayden Blair and sails out in the center field. The warm-up throw. We'll get to the first baseman to get us going here in the top of the inning. The first baseman for Chat State is one Logan Wallace. Big cut. The pitcher is Lane Sharp. He came in relief and closed out the last half inning. Top of the inning. Lane, a freshman from, as we said, right here in Columbia. Throws hard. Not very big of a guy. Listed at 5'10", 170. Got some zip on that fastball. And the breaking ball is high. The sun down. No need for shades any longer. Luke Graham, however, still has those reflector sunglasses on his cap that are catching the lights every once in a while, and you get this blinding reflection from time to time. Again, I don't know if the batters can see that or being affected by that, but boy, it's certainly the case up here in the press box. Logan Wallace retired on the strikeout. Now it's Taylor Head, the batter. Gets the strike call, just clipping the upper part of the zone. Yeah, it looked like the same pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hunter Rather due up next. Lane Sharp also works very quickly on the mound. And dispenses with the Chattanooga State shortstop on the strikeout. Back-to-back Ks.
The right fielder, number 18, Hunter Rather.
First pitch swinging, fouling it away. Nice breaking ball. That 12-6 breaking ball. Like a curve, no slider. There it is again. Lane Sharp coming in, making short order of things. Striking out the sides. Striking out the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. The bottom of the inning is where we're headed. Cruising along at Dave Hall Field on the Game Time Sports Network.
At Walters State, our story is focused on student success. We're dedicated to creating an environment where our students can thrive, both in and outside of the classroom. So, what do you want to study? Pick a program. We've got over 150 of them. Some are transfer programs that prepare you to transition to a 4-year school after you graduate. We also have regionally and nationally recognized programs that immediately make you career ready. Visit us at ws.edu or give us a call to get started today. Write your story at Walters State.
As a first-generation college student, estaba un poco nerviosa. I knew I would need extra support, but I didn't know where to find it. At Roan State, I have a success coach to help me with every step along the way. Para más información, visita la página roanstate.edu.
Those are a couple of messages from some of the fine institutions that make up the TCCAA. I'm Jay Harper along with producer Jonas Harmon. As the sun has set here in Columbia, Tennessee. Miles Johnson remaining on the mound for Chat State, as he faces a pinch hitter, I believe. Jackson Berry now at the plate, coming in to pinch hit. And I believe that's for Justin Bell. That's hit on the screws right out to the left center and caught on the run by the center fielder, Husky. It's that time of night when picking up the ball, trying to see is not easy. These lights here just starting to really have an impact. They appear to be, I don't know if they're the halides or the LEDs, can't tell, but they've taken a while to build up. Luke Graham's the batter. Now I'm seeing spots because I've been looking at lights. No. Brady Dalton, who tripled in a previous at-bat. He's due up next for Walters State. Johnson delivering the strike, making it a 2-1 count. Quite a few folks checking out the live stream. That hit foul. Is it playable? No, it is not. We're on a number of platforms. We've got a live stream player on the home page and the tournament page of our website at GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. Can also view it on our Facebook page, so like and follow that to watch the games. Also, our X page. That's a fair ball, so says the umpire. The first baseman, Wallace, didn't think so. A double with one out.
Now batting for the Senators, the left fielder, number 1.
Luke Graham, stand-up double. Just skirted down that first baseline. Brady Dalton, he's had an impact in this game when he cleared the bases with a triple. First pitch swinging, and that, a base hit. Waving the runner around. Luke Graham scores run number 8 for Walter State. These guys can hit the long ball, and they can also get them on, get them over, get them in. Cole Fenton now the batter. The breaking ball is a strike. Of course, we've had to turn the lights on in here in the press box. And I'm forced to look at my reflection in the window here, and it's rather disturbing. That fouled away. As I was saying, you can watch on the website on the homepage, GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. Also, the tournament homepage that is part of our website. There's a link there on the homepage that will take you to that tournament page with the links for all of the past games that you can watch. They are archived and still available for you to view. It's all free. So you can go back and watch old games. It's not like when the games are over, then that's that. You can't access them. At least that is the case on the website, GameTimeSportsNetwork.com. We also do our best to place all of the live streams on our social media. Our Game Time Sports Network Facebook page, our Twitter/X page, as well as YouTube. Now, we've had some issues in the past, especially with YouTube, shutting down the streams because they hear this music that's played in between innings. We've dealt with this forever. And they will send you warnings, and then ultimately they'll just shut you off because of the copyright implications on the music. That beyond our control. So I know a lot of folks are used to just checking out the YouTube, and hey, I get it. But if you want to have the most dependable way to find the games, we suggest the website. Nobody's going to mute that unless it's us, and we have no intention of doing that. A full count on the Walter State shortstop, Cole Fenton. Johnson delivers, and he delivers a base on balls. So here we go with the Mashers coming up to the plate with guys on. More warming up in the Chattanooga State bullpen. I had mentioned how there are a number of scouts here for both colleges and the professional ranks. And I would not be surprised if a number of them are here to see the next gentleman stepping up to the plate. The TCCAA Player of the Year, Holden Pantier. Holden's hit a home run in this game. His 23rd of the year. That considered the second mound visit. A pitch outside by Miles Johnson. Pantier crushes another one. This is a 3-run shot, the second blast of the game for Holden Pantier. That, I believe, went farther than his first bomb of the game. What an impressive player. Holden Pantier puts his team up by 8. One out here. Two more runs, and this game is over. The run rule is ahead by 10 after 5 or 8 after 7. So 2 more runs this inning would be the case. 2 outs as Hayden Blair just grounded out to first. Here's Drew Blaylock. Again, the Cole Fenton walked, put on base. Then Pantier comes up. You can't say it enough, even though some of you probably think I have. But you give the free passes to these guys, and they're going to put up crooked numbers. Holden Pantier. What a special player. Miles Johnson kicks and throws. Little slider that is off the plate. 1-2. Blaylock with a 3-run homer of his own this game. As he is retired there, Johnson fans him. But not before Pantier. Holden Pantier, a 2-homer game, makes it 11-3 Walters State. We'll step aside briefly on the Game Time Sports Network.
I chose Columbia State because it was very convenient. It's close to home.
I get a real sense of community, a sense of family.
I absolutely fell in love with the campus and the faculty and the programs and everything like that, and it was so awesome for me.
Explore your opportunities.
Walters State just continues to pound away. 1 run in the first inning, 6 runs in the third, and 4 runs in the fifth. Lane Sharp, he has been just that, sharp, for his appearance on the mound for Walters State. The freshman struck out the sides in the top of the fifth. With with his oversized jersey. Looks like he's out there in his father's pajamas. But, maybe, a lot of players, some players just, they like it loose. They don't want to feel restricted by this more custom-fitted stuff.
The designated hitter, number 22, Baylor Osborne.
Baylor Osborne will lead off the top of the sixth. Baylor's the designated hitter. Tyler Husky and Luke Sweeney, they're due up after him. Down on strikes, so Sharp picking up where he left off last half inning in the top of the fifth. That his fourth strikeout in a row. Tyler Husky to the plate, the center fielder. Here comes Coach Shelton. So a guy strikes out 4 batters in a row and you pull him. Coach Shelton, obviously, with the scouting reports and whatnot they have, he must feel that the young man coming in to pitch is a better matchup. Better matchup for Husky. Or perhaps he just wanted to limit Lane's pitches, thinking that he would want to use him tomorrow in a championship game, provided the score stays the way it is currently. The pitcher, Colton Richards from Greenville, Tennessee, way over in the eastern part of the state, listed at 6 foot 190. The right-hander. His 12th appearance of the season coming up, 17 2/3 innings. His 12th appearance of the year, a 3-0 record, 6.62 in the ERA category. He's got 11 strikeouts in the 17 2/3 innings with 8 walks. Coach Shelton has no shortage of pitchers. I mean, he's just, well, it's an extensive roster to begin with. The Walters State baseball roster is almost as big as the Columbia State basketball roster. Coach Winston Neal for Columbia State. I've seen him out here at the tournament. What a good guy. Great coach. One of his assistants, Arthur Latham, also been seen here at the baseball and softball tournament. Coach Latham, a really good fella as well. I haven't seen Coach Leggett. He's probably out recruiting. I know Coach Latham said, man, that's what they've been doing when I saw him at the softball tournament here a few days back. Tyler Husky, the batter. Fouled back. Once again, the new pitcher for Walters State is Colton Richards. Greenville High is where he comes from. Roller over to the second baseman. And that, the second baseman is Barry. He took over for Justin Bell. Jackson Barry at second base. There's a first pitch strike. 2 outs for the catcher, Luke Sweeney. Swing and a miss. Thus far, Richards coming in and being effective. The 0-2 on the Tigers catcher. Down on strikes. Nice job, Colton Richards coming in. Again, I had kind of, well, I wasn't questioning it. I mean, gosh, David Shelton, I've been around baseball a long time, but, come on, David Shelton probably forgotten more than I'll ever know, and he knows his players certainly better than anybody. I wasn't questioning necessarily. I was just saying it was interesting that Lane Sharp had struck out 4 batters in a row, and Coach Shelton went in and pulled him. And well, okay. Again, I'm sure Coach Shelton has his reasons, and he didn't lose anything by bringing in Colton Richards. Richard comes in and takes care of business. So I'm guessing that perhaps Coach Shelton wants to save Mr. Sharp for tomorrow, because that's how it's looking, that they will be in the championship game against Columbia State tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We will have the live stream 3 o'clock. I believe that's number 16 in. That is Will Horn, who has come in to pitch for Chattanooga State. Will, a sophomore from Smyrna, Tennessee, Siegel High School. Will listed at 5'11", 185. As mentioned, he is a sophomore. He's not seen much action this year. This only his 10th appearance. An 0-1 record, 11.37 ERA, 12 and 2/3 innings of work. But a really concerning number, however. He's got 6 strikeouts in that 12 and 2/3, 19 walks. Yikes.
Your attention fans, new pitcher for the Chattanooga State Tigers is number 16, Will Horn.
Perhaps Coach Dennis just wanting to give a sophomore a chance to close out his career by getting in the tournament. Or perhaps Will Horn has really started to turn things around lately. And he feels, Coach Dennis feels confident that Horn can come in and get the out. Kenny Cox back up at the plate. A 2-0 count on the Senators' catcher. The strike call to make it 2-1. Miles Sharp and well, it's not Sharp. It's going to be up next. So you got Miles Short and then Jackson Berry, who came in to replace Justin Bell. So that's what I was looking for. So Shore, then Jackson Berry, then Luke Graham are the next batters due up. But this is still Kenny Cox at the plate. A 2-2 count. The umpire trying to confirm that the ballpark scoreboard is correct. We go 3-2. The bases on balls have really been an Achilles heel for Chattanooga State. They walk these guys, and then the mashers come up, and, well, you see the score. Walks have been a problem for the pitcher.
Now batting the right fielder, number 19, Miles Shore.
We mentioned how coming in, Will Horn had pitched 12 2/3 innings up to this point and had 19 walks in that 12 2/3. He's had another one here. Swung on and lifted into the dark of night. The catch is made by Rather. And I will say, it does get dark here. I mean, the sky is pitch black. Jackson Berry, the second baseman, he came in relief of Justin Bell at second. So he now the number 7 hitter in the order for Coach Shelton and Walter State. With one out and a runner on, the pitch missing. Can hold up on the swing. It's a strike. Luke Graham in the batter's box, or pardon me, in the on-deck circle. Getting the box next. The 2-1 coming with one out. Three and one. At risk of back-to-back walks. And that's what you have. And you're getting close to the top of the order. But the number 9 hitter, Brady Dalton, he's been effective at the plate as well. This Walter State squad up and down the lineup 1 through 9 can beat you. Here is Luke Graham. First pitch strike to Graham. Swings at the outside pitch. Sweeney having to shift quite a bit to keep that in front of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No one else warming up in the Chat State bullpen. So for the moment, Will Horn is the guy. Sweeney again having to lunge into the left-handed batter's box to make the catch. We're full up, 1 out. And a pitch away from the 3rd consecutive walk. And the strike call. The payoff pitch does pay off for Will Horn. 2 down.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 1, Brady Dalton.
Brady Dalton, the number 9 hitter. But he is almost like another leadoff hitter. The Cleveland State Cougars, who are out of the tournament after losing twice. Nate Severance, their center fielder, most of the time their number 9 hitter. And he was essentially another leadoff hitter. One of the, well, second in the conference in stolen bases with 40. Put the ball in play and obviously steal bags once he gets on. And Dalton, a similar type of player. Close to walking, the bases loaded. The base on ball staved off for the moment, as Chat State hoping to get at least another strike here, or at least at the very least an out. That is fouled back. Trying to get out of this inning. A full count. The tournament run rules are, if you're down by 10 after 5, you're done. If you're down by 8 after 7, you're done. We're in the bottom of the 6th. So if things continue the way they are, Chat State has one more at bat in the top half of the next inning.
The shortstop, number 5, Cole Fenton.
The Chat State pitching coach, he's worn a rut in the field going back and forth from the mound to the dugout. At the end of the mound visits, according to the home plate umpire. He has used them all. So here we are at the top of the order, and here we go again for Walters State. Bases loaded, top of the order, and all the guys on the bases, they've been walked there. 2 outs, so the Tigers can't get out of this without too much damage. But you got to throw strikes. A pitch away from adding another run to the Walters State ledger via a base on balls. That will be the 4th straight walk. Gets the strike there. 3-1. That is crushed out to left field, but it dies in this heavy night air. That is the 3rd out. So Will Horn gets out of the inning, even with all those walks, without allowing any runs. But it is the last gasp for Chattanooga State. They have got to score at least 1 here in the top of the 7th. We'll move along briefly. I'm Jay Harper along with producer Jonas Harmon. This is the Game Time Sports Network.
At Walters State, our story is focused on student success. We're dedicated to creating an environment where our students can thrive, both in and outside of the classroom. So, what do you want to study? Pick a program. We've got over 150 of them. Some are transfer programs that prepare you to transition to a 4-year school after you graduate. We also have regionally and nationally recognized programs that immediately make you career ready. Visit us at ws.edu or give us a call to get started today. Write your story at Walters State.
As a first-generation college student, estaba un poco nerviosa. I knew I would need extra support, but I didn't know where to find it. At Roan State, I have a success coach to help me with every step along the way. Para más información, visita la página roanstate.edu.
3 o'clock tomorrow is the championship game, and currently it appears that Walters State will be the opponent of Columbia State. You'll have the number 1 seed, Walters State, against the the Columbia State Chargers, who are the number 2 seed. I've seen Chattanooga State so many times in this tournament, they just kind of automatically come to the tongue. What a scrappy team. I mean, if they end up losing things here, man, have they just really made the school and the program proud.
The second baseman, number 2, Ben Morgan.
Ben Morgan, the leadoff batter, leads off this inning. Colton Richards remaining on the mound for the Senators. That fastball, he's got a good one. One ball and 2 strikes on the Chat State second baseman, Ben Morgan. He's had a good tournament. Oh, what a play by Pantier. Wow. A leaping grab, backhanded, as if his offense doesn't make him impressive enough. How about that defense?
Now that the third baseman, number 17, Ty Newton.
Ben Morgan robbed of at least a double. I'm sure the pro scouts that are in the crowd have a little glimmer in their eye after seeing that. They already know the guy can hit. Now they've got confirmation that that glove is nothing to sneeze at either. And how about that throw, showing off that arm? Wonder if Pantier needs an agent. Ty Newton, the batter. Two outs as Chat State's season comes down to their third baseman, Tyler Schaefer. The pitch from Colton Richards. That moves Schaefer off the plate. The off-speed pitch has Schaefer out in front. 1-1, 2 outs. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Nobody on. Walter State an out away from moving on to the championship game, 3 o'clock tomorrow. Mighty close pitch. We are full at 3-2. Back up the middle. Coming across. Jackson Berry. A beautiful play. Coming across the diamond to make the throw and the out and send his team to the championship game tomorrow at 3 o'clock here at Dave Hall Field, Columbia State. As we said, what a tough, scrappy team this Chat State team is. Man, they grind and grind. They just came upon a steamroller. This Walter State team ranked 13th in the country. They've been ranked as high as number 4 in the NJCAA rankings. But there they are in the top 15, and they show why. Columbia State, they have defeated Walter State a few times this season, so this ought to be a dandy tomorrow. 3 o'clock, we'll have it for you here on the Game Time Sports Network. For producer Jonas Harmon, I'm